For decades, his gravelly voice sounded like a late-night drive through familiar roads. His songs didn't chase trends. They stayed with us, generation after generation. And now, as the world mourns the passing of Chris Rea at 74, millions are turning to his music once more. Chris Rea passed away peacefully on 22 December 2025 after a short illness, surrounded by his family. But his voice? His songs? They're still driving home for Christmas. So who was Chris Rea, the quiet, private artist who created some of the most timeless songs of all time? And how did he become a global icon without ever trying to be one? Chris Rea was never the typical rock star. Born in Middlesbrough, England in 1951 to an Italian father and Irish mother, he grew up in a working-class family, helping out in his dad's ice cream business. Music wasn't a plan, it was passion. He picked up the guitar late, at 21, and that raw, emotional honesty would define his entire legacy. Chris Rea's success didn't come overnight. It built quietly, album by album, over 25 studio releases. When people search for Chris Rea album, or best of Chris Rea today, they're discovering a rich body of work. Songs like The Road to Hell, On the Beach, Josephine, Fool If You Think It's Over, Let's Dance. They weren't just hits, they aged beautifully. That's why Chris Rea Greatest Hits playlist and Chris Rea Hits are played in cars, on quiet evenings, and in moments of reflection, even more so now. One song captured hearts forever, Driving Home for Christmas. Born from a real moment, stuck in traffic with his wife Joan, heading home, it became one of the most beloved seasonal songs ever. Every December, it climbs the charts again, without any push. New generations discover Chris Rea, old fans return. And this year, as tributes pour in from Middlesbrough to millions worldwide, the song feels more poignant than ever. It wasn't marketing, it was pure, heartfelt emotion. Chris Rea faced serious health challenges for years. Pancreatic cancer in his 30s, major surgeries, a stroke in 2016, and ongoing struggles. Yet, he kept creating music, releasing albums right into 2025. He stepped away from the spotlight, choosing privacy over fame. That's why in recent years, searches for Chris Rea death had appeared from time to time, born out of concern for a beloved artist who had been quiet. Now, those searches reflect the world's grief as we say goodbye. Chris Rea always protected what mattered most, his family. He married his childhood sweetheart Joan early and stayed devoted to her for life. Together, they raised two daughters, Josephine and Julia. No scandals, no public drama, just a stable, loving home. Chris often said music should serve life, not replace it. That choice gave us fewer albums, but deeper, more honest ones. His family was with him at the end, and their statement spoke of immense sadness, but also of a life well lived. Chris Rea's success was steady, not flashy. Long-term album sales, royalties from timeless tracks, especially Driving Home for Christmas, which earns hundreds of thousands every holiday season. His estimated net worth was around $6 to $8 million. Built quietly, sustainably, through music that never stopped giving. No hype, just enduring appeal. He never chased fame, controversy, or trends. He focused on real feeling over spotlight, authenticity over visibility, songs that grew with people and now comfort us in loss. That's why tributes are flooding in. Chris Rea Greatest Hits playlists are topping streams, and his music feels more alive than ever. He didn't dominate the headlines in life, but in passing, he's reminded us all, some voices never fade. Chris Rea didn't need the spotlight to shine. He built something rarer, music that feels personal, like coming home, even on the saddest days. This Christmas, as Driving Home for Christmas plays everywhere, we're not just listening, we're remembering a T-side icon, a loving husband and father, and one of the most genuine voices in music. Rest in peace, Chris Rea. Your songs will keep driving us home forever.